Welcome to Mobile Rolling. After the break, we'll be speaking to a born and bred South Australian, a gentleman who was the first Australian driver to win a heat of the Inter-Dominion in New Zealand in 1961. For those historians that knew the answer to the question, it's my pleasure to be talking on Mobile Rolling to Rex Robinson. Nice to have you on the show, Rex. As I said, you were the first Australian driver to win a heat of the Inter-Dominion.
That's right.
Which was in New Zealand in 61, I think, and that horse was?
3 Aces.
3 Aces. So he was a horse that you'd driven here.
That's right.
And raced here successfully.
Yes.
We'll talk about you. You were the regular driver, but not the trainer, weren't you?
No, I was a race
person.
Yeah.
So let's start at the start. We're born in Adelaide.
I was, yes. Queen of Victoria Hospital.
Which is now apartments, I presume.
That's right. Yeah.
So how old are you today at the moment?
83.
83. So you're looking good for 83. So where you did your early schooling, obviously everyone went to school at some stage. So where did we go to school to?
The first school was Giller Street Primary, and the next one was Hindmarsh.
At Hindmarsh.
That's right.
So you obviously living near the city at that stage.
Yeah.
Did you shifted out from when you went to Hindmarsh, or?
That's right. Okay. Yeah, we was living in Hurdle Square actually.
Oh, yep.
And we shifted down to Bowden, Brompton type of thing.
Yep.
And I went to school at Hindmarsh.
Oh, cool. So how your interest in the horses come from the family, or how did that come about?
Yeah, my father, he had a couple of gallopers, and when he finished with those, he got into trotting. And I used to give him a hand with it, just jogging the horse.
So how old would have you been then?
Would have been about 12, 13,
12
I suppose.
or 13.
Yeah.
So when did you first get your licence to drive? Because in those days, it was pretty strict. You had some pretty good horsemen that were marking cards or doing whatever. So just tell us what happened. How old were you when you got your licence?
I was, I think I put my age up 1 year when I was 18. Oh,
okay. So you put it up.
So I get my permit, yeah.
So how many trials did you have to drive in, or did they just judged on your ability to handle the horse, or how did it work in those days?
No, it used to have 5 drives at the trials. And they used to hold trials every Saturday at different ovals. And once you had your 5 drives, then you had Wednesday night trials at Wavell. But
so where were the trials in, Rex? Were they like at the old days, like at Campbelltown, or were the Stage Road, or where was the Stage Road in vogue then, or not?
No, they never had trials at Stage Road. They had trials at Campbelltown Oval, Mortlock Park, Weagle. They used to have different places.
So at that stage, your dad was training, so you drove his horse at the trials, or you just drove anyone that you could give you a drive?
No, my father used to give me 2 horses every Saturday. I'd go take them to the trials.
So you had a driver's licence and that, did you, or did you walk them there?
No, I had a driver's licence by then. I think we put my age up a year again.
Everyone's putting them down these days, and you're putting yours up.
That's right.
They only do that to get into the clubs, although you got to have a pass these days.
That's right.
So when you left school, you obviously was working the horses with your father. Did you work? What were you doing for a job? Did you just do the horses?
No, just the horses at that stage. And I used to give my father, he used to have a wood yard.
Okay.
And I used to give him a hand in the wood yard too. So.
So where were those stables to at that stage?
I'm not sure now.
Were they down near South Road? Were they?
No. They was. I think he had them in the back of his shop there.
Oh, okay.
And
how many did he train at once?
I only had about 3 or 4 at that stage.
3 or 4.
But
okay.
But then he bought a place down at Finland on the corner of Grange Road and Finland Road. He bought that off of Slingonitsky at Then they had a real big place it was, lots of room and all the rest of it. Then he got into the horses, fair dinkum. We had about 18 horses at one stage.
Okay. So, I suppose in those days they were going everywhere, weren't they? There was Barmer and there was Port Pirie and there was Whaler and there was Port Augusta and there was Kimber and there was Cadena and I suppose Murray Bridge. No, I don't know. Murray Bridge
wasn't going then.
You would have still had Victor Harbour on the old track and Gambier and Narracourt and places like that. So, how old were you when you drove your first winner? Still only young.
Yeah, I was still very young actually.
So where was that one to?
That was at Port Pirie.
So that would have been on the old track, the Memorial Oval?
Yeah, the old track, yes.
Okay, so you remember who you beat?
Yes, a horse called Umber.
Which is one of the Fullers, I presume?
That's right, it was too. Yeah, I beat it the first time, then the next time I went up there, he beat me. So 1 for 1 sort of thing.
So I'm old, but I'm not old enough to remember Memorial Oval, but I'm presuming it was pretty well much like Wavell, I suppose.
It was very, very small. Yeah.
And then they shifted, of course, to Phoenix Park. So
yeah.
So when did you start taking up like training? And so when you went to the Inter-Dominion, were you fully fledged training and driving yourself then, or were you just still driving for your father, or what was the story?
No, my father he got out of the game.
Yep.
And I took over.
You took over. So when you were driving, how did you get to drive the horse in New Zealand? How you?
Oh, I was very good friends with the owner.
Mm-hmm.
They had quite a few horses actually. But first of all, they had Norm Gath was training their horses.
Yep.
So I don't know what happened there, but he lost it. Yeah. Then there was Howard Craig, and he broke his leg. He was going to take the horse to Charlton to race it, and he broke his leg the day before. So that put him out of action for quite a while. Then they rang me and asked me, or came and see me and asked me would I be interested in driving the horses.
Those 3 aces.
3 aces, yeah.
So he won a lot of races, didn't he? I mean, the records these days aren't.
He was a very, very good horse.
So he won cups and
that's right.
Everything. So obviously, if he won a heat of the Inter-Dominion and was in the final,
that's right.
He's not just an average horse, is he?
He won back-to-back SA Trotting Club Cups. Mm-hmm. And
were they at Wavell? They were still at
Wavell, yeah.
So most people that would know Rex Robinson would know Glamour Chief.
Oh yes.
Now I know I was only little, but I can always remember. I think it was blue with a pink star, running third in the Inter-Dominion final.
That's right.
Hondo Grattan.
Yeah, that was my wife.
Park.
That was my wife's colours.
Yeah. So tell us the Glamour Chief story, because he was bred in South Australia. And,
he was.
And eventually went to stud in Victoria, didn't he?
That's right.
Or something. So how did you end up with Glamour Chief? And
well, that's a very good story. When we was over the track one day, Albie Holborn asked Rodney Fury if he'd like a horse. And he said, oh yeah, which one? He said, that one there. He said, oh yeah, he said, I'll take him. He said, he's a mongrel. He said, well, I'll take him anyway. So he brought him home.
How old was that one? Is that Glamour Chief, was it?
That's
How old was he then, Rex?
He was only about just 2, I think.
2-year-old, yep.
So he brought him home, and Rodney used to stable at my father's place. And we worked him, and he was all right. And we took him to Mildura for his first start, and he won. That was at Mildura, and he done everything possible wrong. He broke, he galloped, he done everything, but he still won. And I knew that he was going to be a very good horse.
So what races, like he was unlucky in that Inter-Dominion, but what other, can you remember some of his races that he won? And
I can, yeah.
Did you drive him on every occasion?
I did. Oh, Max Evans drove him.
Maxie?
Maxie drove him.
Maxie drove everything at some stage, hadn't he?
Oh, yes. No, Glamour Chief, I got a bit of a list here. He won the Bendigo Cup. He won the Laidlaw Cup at Stoll. He won the Country Championships at Kewell. He won the Winter Championships at Cranbourne. He won the Invitation Handicap at Harold Park. And he won 2 races at Gloucester Park. That was just the ones I can remember.
So he raced in Sydney in the Inter-Dominion, and then he raced in Perth in the Inter-Dominion.
That's right.
That's a fair trek.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was.
So in those days, how did he get to Western Australia? Was it float?
Yeah, it was by a float, yes.
By horse truck, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a task in itself, isn't
Oh,
it?
yeah.
I mean,
it's a long, long way.
I mean, I had my son that they flew him. Yeah, we flew over. You know.
Yeah, right.
So, do you remember the last drive or the last time you had a horse? Was it Glamour Chief?
It was Glamour Chief. He was the last. He raced at Mount Gambier, and he done the same thing again. He bucked and he kicked.
Like he did at Mildura, but
That's
he
right.
didn't win.
No, he finished tailed off, and I said, "That's it. He's finished."
So he would have been favourite.
Oh, he was.
He would have been pretty
Very
popular,
short.
Rex, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. That's the public.
So that's the last time you had a horse?
As was the last horse, yeah. I always said when he finished racing, I'd give up. I'd give up training.
So you had two of the best horses you could possibly get?
I think so, yeah.
And I mean, there's other horses, isn't there? There's lots.
Oh, yeah.
What's some of the others that you can remember?
There was some owned by Alf Charleston. There was, where were they?
So just on that, a lot of
He owned Seagram.
Seagram, yeah. Well, he stood at stud as well, didn't he?
I think he did, actually.
So it's a lot of the horses that we're talking about, in those days we didn't have the 2-year-old and 3-year-old, like everyone wants to race them as 2 and 3-year-olds.
That's right.
Most of them let them mature and run into, that's why you had, your Inter Dominion has probably gone not as prestigious as it was.
No.
Because there's too much money in the short distance races,
That's
the
right.
early 2 and 3 and
Yeah.
early 4-year-olds. I mean, it's nearly to the stage where once your horse is 5, you might as well sell him to America.
That's right. That's right.
So, your son Anthony, he still trains and drives.
He does, yeah.
So, when he first started, he was what? He helped you when he was a little fella, or what?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, he tried to take over for a while, but...
But Dad was still Dad. Dad was still boss.
That's right.
Dad's still boss. Yeah, no, he's trained and driven for me, and he's certainly got a beautiful pair of hands. So he must have got that from Dad.
He's a very, very good driver.
Yeah, he's a good horseman. Yeah. And there's a lot of people that train that aren't horsemen, but he's both.
That's right, exactly right.
So who's the best horses you've seen race here in South Australia or in Australia that you've either raced against or you've seen and said, well, he's the best? What's some of the...
Well, the best one I ever seen, and he was a magnificent horse, a horse called Cardigan Bay. He come from New Zealand.
Yeah.
He finished up in America. But when I was there in Perth for the Inter Dominion, he was there, Cardigan Bay. And one night at the trots, he was in the same race as me. And they was telling me how good he was. I said, oh, yeah. Well, Seagram was a very, very fast horse, a very good horse.
Mm-hmm.
So when the race started, we hit the back straight. And I thought, I'll make you...
And it's a standing start, was it, Max?
Yeah.
Yep.
So I thought to myself, I'm going to make you work tonight. And I tell you what, hit the back straight and he just went whoosh.
Windburn.
Oh, I could not believe it. I could not believe it.
Well, it's interesting because a lot of the interviews that I've done for Mobile Rolling with the people that have been around in that era, he's probably about 90% of them say, I was lucky enough to see Cardigan.
Oh, he was unbelievable, he was. He was a magnificent horse. He won over $1 million. He was sold to America at the finish.
The first horse to win $1 million, I think, out of it.
Yeah.
So what about trainers and drivers? Because you're up against the best, weren't you?
Oh, yeah, that was very good.
I mean, in those days with the...
the Bill Shins and the Wally Bowyers and the Websters and...
all that.
You know, those,
so when you was a kid, did Bill's father... was he the man that used to do the trials in those?
He did, yeah.
What was his name?
Hubert.
Yeah,
Yes.
Shin. Okay, so in those days, there was the best and the best, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
know?
For sure. But Bill Shin, I had a lot of respect for Bill Shin. He was a real nice bloke. Because I used to have, when I was in Melbourne, he had a horse here too. And we used to stay at the same hotel and all the rest of it. And we was having tea there one night, and I said, I don't know what I'm going to do with Glamour Chief. He said, why? I said, I just can't work him properly and all the rest of it. He said, I'll tell you what to do. Don't worry about putting the hobbles on him. Gallop him. I said, Christ, I said, he'll fall over. I said, he wouldn't know how to gallop. He said, teach him. I tell you, it's the best tip.
Advice you've had?
Yep, the best advice ever. And the next day I took him to the track to gallop him, and he did what I said he'd do. He
fell over?
No, he never fell.
Stumbled?
Right, he stumbled and he didn't know what to do. But after 2 or 3 times, he used to love it.
So it made him stronger and all that.
Oh, he loved galloping. Yeah.
Well, that's good. I come from Port Pirie, and Rex and Margaret Vanstone had all their horses, and they did have
That's
some of the
right.
Albie. Then they ended up giving them to Mr. Shin, and you know, the record Bonnie Eden, Rocket
That's right. Yep.
Flyover just goes on and on and on.
Yep.
And I don't know whether it's true or not, but I don't think Bill Shin liked to fly, and I think at one stage he took one of the horses to Sydney for the Derby in the float on his own, drove all the way there and all the way
Yeah,
back.
I wouldn't doubt it. I would not doubt it.
All the way back. So,
But he was a terrific bloke. He was a nice bloke.
so the last time you drove was at Mount Gambier in, must have been early 80s, was it?
Yes.
Yeah. So you have had hardly any involvement at all? Don't go to the trots?
Not now, no. I used to for a while, but I just lost all interest in the trots and all the rest of it. So, but what I do now, I travel a lot. I do travel. I've had 3 trips to Darwin when my daughter was living there. And I go to, and before this COVID, I used to go to Mildura about 3 times once every 3 weeks.
So you used to go to Mildura a bit and race, did you?
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, I won the Sunraysia Cup at Mildura
Oh, cool.
with a horse called Efficiency. But
Was Efficiency a stallion as well?
he was, yeah.
So you had a lot of stallions?
Yeah, but my father actually trained Efficiency. But he was a real big black stallion.
So Glamour Chief was a stallion, Seagreen was a stallion,
That's right.
Efficiency was a stallion.
Yep,
I mean, a lot of them these days, they don't have them because they struggle to be able to find somebody to keep them.
that's right. Exactly.
You know, and you know, I think take them to the races if they don't behave themselves. Well, you know, they just say it's all too hard, so they just give them.
Exactly right.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So you've been lucky enough to be when there were superstars there, and there's a few there today. But in your day, just about everyone was. It's the best of the best.
Sure,
So,
for sure.
yeah. All right. Well, look, I think it's lovely. I'm sure there'll be a lot of people that'll be wanting to know all of that. Well, they certainly know all about Rex Robinson now.
No, that's good.
And look, thank you for your time.
No, thank you.